Although the new school term has officially reopened, online learning will not commence until next week. School staff, including teachers and principals, will this week prepare on the logistics of providing online tuition for students. Sunil Lalla has more.
Schools have not been physically open for students since March, with the exception of Standard 5 SCA students who came out in July to prepare for that exam. And as the new academic term began on Tuesday, students remained away from school buildings. The Education Ministry as well as government has stated that these face-to-face classes will not be restarted until at least the end of the year based on where the trajectory of COVID-19 takes this country. But even though school has officially reopened, students will not have online or virtual classes until next week. The Education Ministry has dubbed this week Orientation Week and has placed over 24 videos for students to engage in on its website, including hygiene and COVID, time management, managing stress, and strategies for adjusting and adapting to change. And principals, vice principals, teachers, and curriculum officers on Tuesday started engaging in discussions, either physically at the various schools or virtually. These discussions are to manage the way forward with regards to online teaching and learning and forming the curriculum. Sunil Lalla, TTT News.
President of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, ANTONIA de FREITAS, says preliminary reports show that there was a good turnout by teachers on the first day of school today. The TTUTA president says this week is primarily for planning and reporting, but there are issues that need to be addressed.
Of course, we have identified some challenges, some issues that will need to be ironed out at the level of the chief personnel officer or employer, or at the level of the Ministry of Education. For example, depending on the location of the school, we may not have connectivity, access with a Wi-Fi to devices in that particular community.
She adds parents and students who have not been contacted need not worry, as they have not been forgotten.
These are supposed to be for planning. Next week, we will have a bit of student and parent orientation. So it's anticipated that during the course of next week, the schools will be contacting parents to let them know the classes that they will be in and to orient them as to how to navigate this virtual environment, the expectations of the students, their responsibilities, as well as the responsibilities and expectations from parents.
Meanwhile, in a post this evening, Education Minister Dr. Nian Gadsby-Dolly confirms that over 97% of teachers reported for duty on Tuesday. She says the physical attendance was greater in primary schools with 72%, while in secondary schools, virtual attendance was greater at 70%. The minister confirms that all principals and teachers reported for duty to make preparation for online classes to begin and for packages to be prepared for students who have no access to online classes. Dr. Gadsby-Dolly is urging parents to ensure they access the orientation programs and to ensure their children participate in the timetabled sessions and do the required assignments. And for those students who do not have access to online sessions, parents are reminded to report to the school at the designated times for collection of packages and also to deliver completed assignments.